Welcome back to the course on Chemical Reaction Engineering 1. Myself, Nidhi Mehta, Assistant Professor at Chemical Engineering Department, LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. So let's just start our topic, which is based on overview of chemical reaction engineering. We have already seen all the basic concepts of chemical reaction engineering in our previous sessions. Quickly recalling the terms, we have seen what do we mean by chemical reaction engineering, what are the basic classification of reactions which can happen. After that, we have seen what are various factors which can affect rate of reaction. Along with that, we have also covered important terminologies associated with chemical reactions, right? Such as conversion, selectivity or extent of reaction. Then we have moved on to another topic, which is elementary and non-elementary reactions. There we have concluded that elementary reactions are those reactions which are taking place in the single step, whereas non-elementary reactions are those reactions which involve more than one step to complete the particular reaction, right? And it is termed as the combination of elementary reactions, right? Now, in this particular session, we'll try to solve one numerical based on all the basic concepts which we have learned in this particular chapter, right? So, let's just start our numerical and see what it wants to say. So, this is the problem which is given to us, and we need to apply all the concepts or basic concepts which we have learned in this particular chapter, so that we can get our desired results, right? So the given problem is a rocket engine, as given in this particular figure, burns a stoichiometric mixture of fuel in oxidant. The combustion chamber is cylindrical, 75 cm long and 60 cm in diameter, and the combustion process produces 108 kg per second of exhaust gases. If combustion is complete, find the rate of reaction of hydrogen and oxygen. So as you can see here, we are provided with a problem of rocket engine. It has been said that the chamber is cylindrical in shape. The chamber, or we can say that the combustion chamber is cylindrical in shape and it is 75 cm long, as you can also see in this particular picture. The length of chamber is 75 cm, whereas 60 cm is the diameter of this particular chamber, right? Now, the next thing which is given to us is that liquid hydrogen in oxidant, that is liquid oxygen. Liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen are getting combusted to give the desired amount of energy. And for this particular thing, the combustion process produces 108, that is 108 kg per second of exhaust gas. This is mass flow rate. As you can see, we must understand how we need to address the numerical, right? We need to see the units to know what kind of value is provided to us. So, kg per second, that is mass per unit time. So, it is mass flow rate which is given to us, right? So, 108 kg per second is the amount of gas which is being produced. If combustion is complete, it is said that the combustion is complete, then find the rate of reaction of hydrogen and oxygen. See, in this particular problem, if you see, hydrogen and oxygen are two reactants which are combining together or reacting together to form the product which is exhaust gases, right? To give you energy and produce exhaust gas. So this is the problem. We need to determine by what rate hydrogen and oxygen are getting consumed, right? Reactant, if reactant are getting consumed, then the sign will be minus. So minus RH2, minus RH2 refers to rate of disappearance of hydrogen or rate of reaction of hydrogen. Minus RO2 refers to rate of disappearance of oxygen or rate of reaction of oxygen. So we need to determine that. Now let's start with the solution part. So as I already said, our objective is to determine minus RH2, as you can see here, minus RH2, which is equals to 1 by V dNH2 by dt. 1 by V means whatever the amount or volume of reactor or the volume of reacting species present inside the reactor, right? So for ideal conditions, we assume that volume of reacting species is equal to the volume of reactor. So here we are considering that volume of reactor and volume of reacting species, that is hydrogen and nitrogen, are equal. So it will be 1 by V dNH2, that is number of moles of hydrogen which are present inside the reactor, right? So it will be NH2 in the suffix form by dt, that is rate of change of hydrogen molecules with respect to time. We need to determine this value, first thing, and the second thing is, in the same manner, we need to determine the value of oxygen or rate of disappearance of oxygen. This is number of moles of oxygen which is getting disappeared with respect to time. So now let's just start with the solution part. First step which we need to do is to evaluate the reactor volume. We need to find what is the exact volume of given reactor. If you recall the numerical problem statement, it was written that length of reactor and diameter of reactor is given to us, and it is also said that the cylinder, the reactor is in the form of cylinder, right? So shape of the reactor is cylindrical, diameter given to us and length given to us. So simply by using the formula of cylinder to determine the volume, we can find the exact value of volume. So if we recall the formula of volume for cylinder, it is pi r square h. But since we are having diameter, so we can calculate it by pi by 4 d square h or L. Instead of height, we are taking the length. So here substituting the values pi by 4, 0.6. Why? Because we have changed the unit from centimeter, right? So 0.6 square into 0.75. So as you can see, I have changed. It was given to us 60 centimeter and 75 centimeter. Converting centimeter into meter, so it will be divided by 100, that's why it is 0.6 and this is 0.75. So pi by 4 d square L. On calculating it, we will be getting 0.212 meter cube. This is the reactor volume which we will be substituting here to determine the value of this equations. Now, coming to point number 2 or step number 2. The second step is to determine the reaction mechanism. We need to write how hydrogen and oxygen will react with each other to give us the final product. So for that, we have this particular formula. 1 mole of hydrogen combines with half mole of oxygen to give us H2O, which is in the exhaust gas. Right? This is the reaction scheme of this particular reactant. Now, we need to determine in terms of number of moles. So, we will be writing, if you can see H2. So, molecular weight of H2 is 2. As we know that molecular weight of hydrogen is 1. Since we are using 2 moles here, So its molecular weight is 2 gram. In similar, molecular weight of oxygen is 32 grams. So if we are using half mole, it will be 16 gram, and the final product will be combination of both the reactants. So it will be 18 grams, right? H2, that is 2 gram, and O, which is 16. So 16 plus 2, which is 18 gram. Now, in this particular case, we will determine how much amount of H2O is produced. We are provided with a mass flow rate which is 108 kg per second. Now we will be using this to convert it in terms of moles. As you can see, 108 kg per second when multiplied with 1 kilomole. So in 1 kilomole, as you can see from here, we are having 18 kg. This is in gram. Converting it into kilogram, we will be getting 18 kgs. Right, so 1 kilomole divided by 18 kg. So using this, we can get kg cancel out. So it will be now a molar flow rate. What we basically did is we converted our mass flow rate to molar flow rate. Then and then only we can calculate the amount of reactant getting consumed. Right. So using this particular formula, we have converted from 108 kg per second, which is mass flow rate of final product H2O, to 6 kilomole per second, which is a molar flow rate for the given product, right? Now, the next step is how much H2 we are using. As you can see, H2 is the exact amount written here. If this is the amount, so H2 used is 6 kilomole per second. As you can see, 1 mole hydrogen combines with half mole of oxygen to give us 1 mole of final product. So if 6 kilomole of final product is formed, so how much amount of hydrogen is used? Same amount, because 1 mole is producing 1 mole of product. 1 mole hydrogen is used to produce 1 mole of final product. So applying that particular concept, since H2O produced is 6 kilomole per second, so hydrogen used is also the same 6 kilomole per second. Next is coming to oxygen used. As you can see from this stoichiometric equation, for forming 1 mole of product, we need half the mole of oxygen. So since 6 kilomole per second is the final product, we must be needing 3 kilomoles per second of oxygen for this particular case. Now, last step or step number 3 is to determine the rate. So now we will simply substitute that values here. So it will be 1 by 0.212 meter cube, which is volume, into 6 kilomole per second. So the given answer will be 2.829 into 10 raised to 4 moles used per meter cube of rocket volume into second. Right. So this is the amount of H2 which is used, and this is the amount of oxygen. In the last step, we have simply substituted the values which we have calculated in the formula to get our final answer. Right. So this is 2.829 into 10 raised to 4 is rate of reaction of hydrogen, and 1.415 into 10 raised to 4 is rate of reaction of oxygen. So this is all about how to implement or how to apply the concept in our daily life or in the given problem statement. Hope the concepts which we have discussed today are quite clear to you. Thank you.